Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say.
Who are you? There she is. Good morning, Minneapolis. Good morning, Woodbury. Good morning, Seattle. Have a seat, everyone, and good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister, and I haven't seen her since June. It's Kendall Mark, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
You're such a sight for sore eyes for me. We truly have not seen each other since June.
It's close. We're a few days away from a month. We haven't seen each other in a month.
That's never happened since I've known you.
No, never.
Isn't that crazy?
We haven't been away from each other that long.
It was so weird. When I realized I wasn't going to be at the meeting today, I was like, am I going to see Jason for the first time actually on the show?
Yeah. I didn't even see you in the building today.
So weird.
How you doing?
I'm great. It's so good to be back here and to see you back here too.
It's good to see you and to see you over there.
We're tan.
I know we are. I know I've lost a little luster over the week, but I'm still a little crispy in areas. But how was your vacation?
It was good. We were up in Deerwood area, kind of by Lake Mille Lacs, and so beautiful. I mean, you guys know how hot it was here.
Yeah.
So it was just phenomenal for a boat day every single day of the week. It was really, really great, really relaxing.
Well, I missed you. It was very weird. I told the audience a week ago, I came back last Monday, and you were gone. Alexis was gone from the radio show. Dawn, my executive producer on the radio show, was gone. Aaron Schwab is gone. She's back tomorrow. Everybody was gone. I mean, I came back. I felt like I was like a Rumpelstiltskin. You know, like I fell asleep and I woke up, you know, I was like a pod person or something.
This World War Z, what's happening? No one's here.
But we're kicking off a week with a great audience today. They're fantastic, But I missed you.
I missed you too.
It's good to have you back. It's good, thanks to Shane and everyone that filled in and the fill-ins when I was gone. But it's good to. A woman texted, or she put on the on her Facebook page. She goes, "I know this is selfish of me." She goes, "Because I want Jason to have a vacation. I want Kendall to go on vacation." She goes, "But I miss seeing them together on the set." So, hey, lady, we're back. We're back together. Yeah.
Hey.
And he matched the set. You know, I love that.
You're welcome. Just for you.
I thought of you on the cruise. I thought of you every time I drank wine, I thought of you. Yeah, you're welcome.
I did send you a posed photo, so that did help, right? One of my standard post photos.
Because if you're new to the show, few things make me happier. Kendall and her family, all of them, they know how to pose for a damn photo. I mean, they all, you know, us normal folk, we're barely smiling. We're like, Kendall, your whole family, all of you go into the pose. Like, you see a camera and boom, you go right there. That's it,
My side. Yeah, I got a picture on the s'mores bench at Moonlight Bay. Apparently it's like kind of famous. And I sent it to Jason.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. And then the juxtaposition, and Colin realized this, we took very few photos during our 2 weeks. But I actually think that's good, you know, because we were really in the moment and I wanted to make a conscious effort to not, you know. And speaking of him, before we get to the hot dish, if you will allow me just a few personal seconds here, I just want to say right about now, he's in a meeting. Colin is. I want to say congratulations. Colin is starting a brand new job today. He's new company. A great new company. First time in 6.5 years and he's in the corporate world. He's very nervous. Yeah, all weekend. So I bought him a Dora the Explorer backpack. I got him some number 2 pencils.
Lunchables.
I got him little light up shoes, so when he walks down the hallway, he lights up. I have them all, but all jokes aside, I'm so proud of him. Any firm that has him is very lucky to have him. The clients that he's worked for many years, I know they're going to miss him because he does such damn good work. And he was so nervous and I was so proud. So break a leg and I love you. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. I got him a trapper keeper, you know, like a little notebook.
Did you get a lanyard?
I got a little lanyard.
Okay.
That's right. Little apple to give to his boss. Okay, let's get started. Comic-Con was held over the weekend in San Diego. You probably saw it on your social media feed. And with that, lots of news, lots of superhero news, including the highly anticipated trailer for the Black Panther sequel. It's called Wakanda Forever. You know we love a good trailer, and this is a good trailer.
No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Hey, little darling, don't shed no tears. No woman, no cry. Good friends we have, and good friends we've lost along the way. In this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears.
Great. So good. So darn good. That the editor and the producer of that trailer, man, give them a raise. We're going to see it in November. Obviously, Wakanda Forever isn't going to have original star Chadwick Boseman. We all know he died after a really courageous battle with cancer. Also, before we move on to the other movie, now, I always wondered, how are they going to do this? Because they said they're not going to replace him. I'm like, what? How are you? You kind of get a sense from the trailer how they're going to do that. There's going to be not a replacement, but just another Black Panther, like another, you know what I mean? You can never replace him. There'll just be another one. Kind of like what they did with Captain America. Also announced there's going to be another Captain America movie. That one will debut in 2024. And then after that, so they announced like 4,000 Marvel projects.
Yeah.
And then they said, guess what, nerds? Guess what? That's what they said. I'm a nerd, so I can say that. Guess what, nerds?
What?
We're not even done. There's going to be 2 Avengers movies coming in 2025. So we have to wait. Because we're in what they call Marvel Phase 4. Okay?
I'm sorry, what?
Don't even, I don't want to repeat it because I don't want people to turn to The Price is Right. So we're going to go, and then we're going to be in Marvel Phase 5.
Okay.
And then Marvel Phase 6.
How
which
many
will
are
start,
there?
There's a lot. And then it'll
God.
start with the new Fantastic Four.
What?
Let's move on. Next in the dish. Don't you dare turn that channel. More comic news. Warner Brothers in DC shared some news of their own. Forget Marvel for a second. We're getting our first sneak peek at the new Black Adam movie, and that one stars The Rock.
You can be the destroyer of this world, or you can be its savior. The world needed a hero. Instead, it got me.
And then here it is. This is The Rock's very subtle appearance at Comic-Con. He showed up in costume. Very demure, very. This one's gonna hit this October.
Who looks like that?
The
like,
Rock.
Who looks like that?
The Rock. Well, I mean, he should. He works out like 20 hours a day.
He's looked like that for like 20 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what does he eat? I should eat that.
Oh, well, they did a story that his diet, it's like it's a crazy diet. No, I mean, it's...
Lot of eggs?
A lot of eggs.
Ooh, can't
lot
do
of,
it.
lot of ground turkey.
Oh, and
Yeah.
like quinoa.
Yeah. Next in the dish, I love that we're just pontificating on the Rock's diet there. Next in the dish, Adele. Now, this just broke like an hour or two ago. Adele is actually coming back, okay? The singer's long-delayed Vegas residency has new dates. On Instagram, Adele announced she has officially rescheduled the shows. There's the poster. They are now set to begin in November and run through March. And it's still going to be at the Coliseum at Caesars. For ticket information, go to Adele.com. Now, I went to Adele.com, and then I acted like I was going to buy tickets. Look, for all the people, admittedly, that were mad, and they should be, they're treating the people that had tickets to the other show really well. They're giving them first priority over new tickets. So if you had tickets to the show that was canceled, they're going to treat you well. I looked at, bravo to them. The system is in place to get them in there first, which they should.
I'm assuming they got a full refund and then there was some sort of number that you have to enter or something like that.
Yeah, like let's take, for example, one of our dedicated viewers. I talk about him often, Phil. Now, I love Phil. There are days when I would like a large animal to eat him, but most days I like him.
But quickly, like not,
quickly. I don't want him to suffer. I just want like a whale just to swallow him sometimes.
Whole.
But today, Phil's great. Phil and his lovely wife, they had tickets. Then Adele canceled. They lost it.
Yeah.
He got front row. They gave him front row to a new date. So yeah.
Wow.
So Adele's handling this well.
Okay.
Or the Caesars is handling this. I'm gonna go see this now. They are. They're gonna treat people well. I have faith in Adele.
Good.
Yeah. Hello. We're gonna say goodbye for just a second. Don't turn that dial. We have a great show. Stay right there. We'll be back in a moment. Back in a moment. The dish isn't done yet. Coming up next, TMZ will join us live with the aftermath of a canceled Kid Rock concert. And your first look at the brand new Lord of the Rings show coming to Amazon. Then it's the #1 movie in the country. Am I saying yup to nope? You'll find out when I give you my review. And we're opening up the Jason Show mailbag. And y'all have a lot to say about our couch. That and more when we come back. Welcome back. That's good. That's the last camera move you're going to see from our buddy Eric. I'm not going to say where you're going, Eric, but he's taking a little break for a couple of weeks. He'll be fine.
He's over us.
He's over. But that's the last camera movement we're going to see of Eric for about 2.5 weeks.
Enjoy it.
We hope he comes back well. And when he comes back, I'll tell you the story. Anyway, whew, he ain't going to Orlando, let's just say that. John Oliver made fun of local news again, and we love that. That is our Late Night Rewind. Watch this.
And now, local news reacts to the consequences of global warming exactly as expected.
As hip-hop sensation Nelly once said, "It's hot in, so hot in here." But just how hot is it, Elizabeth?
It is so hot outside. Carson, how hot is it?
It's so hot, I bought a loaf of bread, Chase, before I got home. It was toast.
It is so hot, I saw a dog chasing a cat, and they were both walking.
It's so hot yesterday, I saw the devil sitting by the AC.
How hot is it? I almost called my ex-girlfriend just so I could be around something shady. How hot is it going to be, Mark? I think I'm going to see a chicken lay an omelet. My ex-girlfriend's heart is melting. Adam and Eve are going to trade their fig leaves for ice cubes.
London is so hot.
How hot is it?
They're canceling flights today. And he says they're doing better in Spain, where it's 90 degrees today. Yesterday, he said it was 97, humidity around 100%.
Yep. That last news anchor wanted nothing to do with that crap.
Nope.
I'm not following for your how hot is it nonsense. Let me just tell you the damn news.
I'm gonna read the teleprompter.
I would be that guy, though. You know what I mean? Like, just stop it. Leave the jokes to Chris Rock.
No, you wouldn't. You'd say something funny, but it'd be actually funny.
Well, I would try, but it just makes us look so bad. It does. Anyway, it's not us, but anyway. It's time for a special serving, a hot dish all the way from Hollywood. Please give it up for Brad from TMZ. Hi, Brad.
Good morning, Jason. I am still cringing from that. The Nelly lyrics, that was another world.
I know. Unless you're Nelly, don't recite Nelly lyrics.
I know.
No. Hey, let's do this one first. Jason Momoa got into a scary accident over the weekend. What happened?
He sure did, Jason. Jason Momoa was driving here in LA, actually closer to Calabasas, so just a little bit north. There's some really windy roads up there, kind of through the mountains and everything. And a man on a motorcycle, you can see the windy roads in the response here, cut over into Jason's lane when he was coming the opposite direction and actually clipped Jason's car. Now, luckily, everybody was okay. This was just an accident. As I said, Jason wasn't at fault because this motorcyclist did get into his lane. And you see Jason there just after the accident kind of checking out his car. He checked on the motorcyclist and everything was all right.
Oh, thank that. That's a cliche, but that could have gone in a much different direction.
Absolutely, and we actually had a close-up photo, too, of his car, and the damage really isn't as bad as you'd expect, too. So this thing could have been a lot worse on so many different levels.
Well, speaking of worse, tell them about the Kid Rock concert.
Yeah, this one was pretty bad. I mean, Kid Rock was supposed to have a show in North Dakota over the weekend at one of the fairs there. He was supposed to go on at 9:30, and there was a storm in the distance. Now, there was no rain. There was some thunder and lightning, so they just continued to delay the show. Come 11 o'clock, people had been standing around. They were getting agitated. They had been drinking a lot. And the local sheriff came on and said, look, we got to cancel this show. It's just getting too late. And people went nuts. They were throwing drinks. Some were climbing the scaffolding, getting up on the stage. I mean, people were really upset that they missed out on their Kid Rock concert.
Yeah, and they were trashing the fairgrounds a little bit, weren't they?
They were taking their anger out on just about everything. I mean, they were spilling garbage cans. They were taking it out on the fairgrounds, throwing stuff on the stage, taking down some of the concert equipment. I mean, it got pretty bad.
Oh, okay. Whew, wish I was there. Finally, Martha Stewart is in mourning. What happened?
Yeah, this is unfortunate. If you follow Martha, she posts a lot from her farm, especially the one in upstate New York. She has, at last I saw, something like 20-something peacocks on the property. And she announced yesterday that peacock there, Blue Boy, was his name, and 5 others were mauled by coyotes. And she said, look, this is a reoccurring issue that I've been having. She asked people for any tips to kind of keep her animals safe. So she did vow that now she's going to be keeping them in their enclosure, which is too bad for the birds because they like to explore, she said, but nonetheless, you got to keep them safe.
How about not own a peacock? I mean, how about not owning a peacock? I mean, my goodness.
Or 20-something of them, for that matter.
My goodness. That's awful, though. Brad, have a good week. Thank you, my friend.
You too, Jason.
It happens.
So many things to discuss on that little hit there. I don't know.
I know. We have a lot of friends who've had chickens that didn't end well because they got out.
The coyotes. I mean, you know, they're...
And all the other animals.
I mean, Martha, you have 20 peacocks. You know what I mean? I just, maybe if you live in an area with coyotes.
Their things are so big.
I know,
maybe
they're beautiful.
like they just need to make a bigger fence.
And then the Kid Rock thing. I mean, look, you mix, I'm not excusing it at all. I think it's actually just abhorrent. I think it's gross. But you mix a lot of alcohol. You have people standing around for hours. They're irritated because of lateness. I get that. And then you have hot weather and then a cancellation. That's a toxic brew right there. I understand the anger. I just don't think you should be destroying fairgrounds because you know, I don't know.
I'm so glad we weren't there.
I am beyond glad that we we were not there, no. Next in the dish, a couple weeks ago, we saw the teaser, just a little teaser, for the new $8 bazillion Lord of the Rings series, The Rings of Power. Well, during Comic-Con, Amazon dropped a full trailer. Look, I'm not a huge, I like Lord of the Rings, I don't love it. This looks great. Take a look.
He has no one name, but many.
Have you heard of him, lad? Have you heard of Sauron?
If the evil rising is left unchecked, it will take us all. Find the light, and the shadow will not find you. Together we can survive this! Fight with me.
Each of us must decide who we shall be.
I mentioned it was like $1 bazillion. I'm actually not joking. The Rings of Power will be the most expensive show ever made at $465 million for one season. One season. By comparison, this show costs $4,600 per season. Just saying. It's going to drop on Amazon Prime in September. All jokes aside for a second, Colin mentioned this. He goes, I think Kendall loves Lord of the Rings. As a huge fan,
yes,
we can get in nerd speak sometime. Explain to the folks, when does this take place? People are like, haven't we already seen this? We
Right.
haven't.
So the Lord of the Rings is all about that one ring and how he has to go and get rid of the one ring or the world will end, right? This is thousands of years beforehand, so it's almost entirely new characters except for the elves because they live forever. And it's about the rings of power that were given by the guy who controls the one ring. So it's the origin story of how it all happens.
That was great.
Thank you, and it's gonna be so good.
So elves live for hundreds of years?
Well, it's really hard to kill them.
Oh, okay.
They don't die real easy.
It's hard to kill them?
It's real hard to kill them. They live for
Are
thousands of years.
they hard to catch? Are they slippery? Hard to catch them? Or what do you mean?
Yes, they're very slippery. That's all it is.
I can't wait to see this, though.
It's gonna be amazing. I'm a freak, and I'm gonna freak out, and I don't know how I'm gonna function if it's not good.
Okay, it'll be good. Don't worry about it. Okay, more. I told you this is all like pop culture palooza today. We have more sneak previews to show you. Now let's move to Paramount Plus. They dropped the teaser for the third and final season of, now before we roll, Leo, hold on, of Star Trek Picard. Now the reason I'm showing this to you is because it's gonna reunite Next Generation cast, which I thought, people love this. I love that cast too. Look.
You're only as good as those around you.
Those days on the Enterprise made me a better man, a better father, a better friend.
I thought I could inspire people, bring justice to an unjust universe.
You have no idea how hard it is to be in this world.
Do not presume to know what I have and have not sacrificed for this.
We have to be willing to go through that door to what's next.
There's a whole universe out there. Wherever you go, we go.
Here, in this moment, let's do what we spent our lives learning to be great at.
As long as you and your crew remain steadfast, you are never without hope.
Love that. I've always been more of a Star Wars guy than a Star Trek, but I love the cast of The Next Generation. I love those characters, and to see them back together, that's pretty cool.
It kind of reminded me of the Days of Our Lives opening thing. I'm not gonna lie. The sands of time.
You mean like the spin and grins?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did kind of look like One Life to Live. Yeah, I love a good cheesy soap opera open. Like, Like hi,
Spinning
yeah,
brain.
like that. The new and final season will debut next year over there on Paramount Plus. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna open up the mailbag. I'm taking you to a place that builds food trucks. We have a great show. Stay right there. We'll be back in a moment. Back after this. It did look like days of our lives, though.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Welcome back. Well. Food trucks are more popular than ever. They're everywhere, offering up nearly every single type of food. But have you ever wondered, where do food trucks come from, Mommy? Have you ever wondered, Mommy, where do food trucks come from? Well, many of them are created right here in the Twin Cities. I'm not kidding. I visited Chameleon Concessions in Minneapolis to find out what it takes to create all those food trucks. We have to credit you for getting a hot dog before we go get a 2x4. Did you start that?
No, it was a concept that was created by Home Depot looking for keeping customers in their stores longer being fed.
Yeah.
And so then it started out with trucks and trailers and, mobile kiosks inside of the Home Depot stores all across the United States. So I became an operator at the store to really learn how mobile aspects of selling hot dogs did it, and then Minneapolis passed an ordinance on food trucks, and here we are.
You knew what you were doing. The food truck boom happened. I remember it. It's been the biggest change from what people wanted at the beginning of the boom to what they're ordering from you now.
The uniqueness of them, typically all of these types of trucks are like an old retired FedEx truck or an old retired linen truck, and then converting that because of their size and their capacity to hold the equipment inside of it is what they've gone into. And then now people have decided to go vintage, old Airstreams, and more things that create a more of an eye appeal to something unique and different. School buses, and so that's kind of the fun thing about it. And then the menus have just been all over the map.
But what's been one of the most unusual requests that you and Luke and the gang was like, how are we gonna do that?
I would say putting the vehicles on top of a 12-story roof in Tyson, Virginia was probably one of the crazy ones that we've done. And then ever since then, they've gone into different aspects of that, and we said we can do it.
Mark isn't the only star around here. Mark's son Luke is gonna give you all a tour of the different types of trucks. So give us a tour, Luke.
This is what a typical food truck will look like when it's all empty. It's got the roll-up door on the back. It's empty. It was an old delivery truck. And this is what it starts like. And this is how it finishes. We got an upright refrigerator, ice cream dipping cabinet. We put in a whole hood system with an Ansel system as well in case you have a fire. And we got the 2-burner, flat top, 2 deep fryers, and then we got a sandwich top. We put shelves here so cook your desired menu and serve it out to the world. I think when a customer comes in and sees some of these older vintage pieces, they may not think that it can be turned into a food truck, but then we convert them all old and deteriorated into this brand new looking route panel van from 1950s. I want them to feel like it's their own kitchen and they can make it their home. And I want them to be able to go out and get their name and serve the food that they wanted and desired to do. I would say my favorite part is, like I said, being able to go see the trucks on mobile sites and being able to go eat from them, but also being able to work with my dad every day and having my mom alongside as well, so having the family business be involved in the whole Chameleon Concessions.
Is that your mom and dad right over there?
Yes.
Are you proud of them?
Absolutely.
Very proud.
Yes, every day.
You know they have to say that because you're on camera.
Absolutely. They say it even off camera as well.
It's so great that the company's based here. People from Andrew Zimmern, to food celebrities, they call Chameleon to make their food trucks. That's how well known they are. And one of the great things, I know a little bit about this because I have a few people in my life that have restaurants. One of the great things about the food truck kind of revolution is the fact that it makes, if restaurateurs, if people that want to open a restaurant, they have an idea, the good thing about food trucks is it gives them the opportunity that they may not have because maybe they couldn't afford to do a brick and mortar. You know, they can't afford to do a full restaurant, or maybe their concept doesn't really isn't conducive to a brick and mortar. You know, renting a place in a shopping area. Having a food truck is a great alternative for folks that want to get into the business. And a lot of great restaurants have started as food trucks, including one that I mention quite often here on the show, Smack Shack. You know, Smack Shack started as a food truck outside the 1029 bar here in Minneapolis, serving those lobster rolls. The popularity grew. Smack Shack moved into doing the kitchen operations at the 1029, and then a few years later, they got their own brick and mortar. So when you see a food truck, just know, you know, probably 80% of the time when there's a food truck, you're looking at a good, independent, locally owned organization. So support them if you can. To learn more about Chameleon Concessions and see them building the trucks, which is great. Their Instagram is really cool. Follow them on Insta. Their Instagram handle is Chameleon Concessions. And thanks for letting us in. That was cool. You can literally, if you can dream it, they can build it for you. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're opening up the Jason Show mailbag. A lot of you have a lot of comments about the couch I'm sitting on when we come back. Back in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back. So, there is a new #1 movie at the box office. No big surprise. Jordan Peele's Nope earned $44 million. It's an opening weekend. I saw it last night. Before I share my very specific thoughts, here's a little clip.
So what happens next? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready? Here we go.
No.
Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer, they play brother and sister who own a horse ranch that provides horses to Hollywood and has for decades. And then strange things start happening on the ranch. Even though now it's open and you're going to read things on the internet, my feeling is part of the joy of going, I saw it last night. Mm-hmm. Part of the joy last night was I knew very little about it. You know, right. I knew basically what I just read you, mm-hmm. and then I knew Donna Mills was in it, and that was about it. You know, from now it's like, thank you, audience. That's all I knew, and that's all I really cared about. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to, Jeff, our executive producer today, said, because he saw it too, he goes, how are you going to review this?
I've been very curious how you
He goes, how are you going to review this? Because you can't say much. I'm struggling today because I don't want to ruin it. Let me just bottom line it. I sadly didn't love it.
Oh, do you normally like his movies or horror flicks? And
I love Jordan Peele.
Uh-huh.
I loved Get Out. I loved Us.
Yeah.
I love horror movies. Mm-hmm. I love all of the movies that he pays tribute to in Nope. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
There are great homages to his favorite filmmakers like Spielberg, like Clint Eastwood.
Oh, cool.
Like, let me give you an example. I mean, people can laugh if they want, but this is actually a fun fact. Jordan Peele is very, very intentional about all of the smaller roles he casts. For instance, the role of the director in this movie is Anthony Perkins' son. Anthony Perkins from Psycho, a movie that Jordan Peele loves. Donna Mills was in a movie with Clint Eastwood in 1971 that Jordan looks upon as an inspiration. Okay. Donna Mills is in this movie. So I love his
carrots.
Yes, I love his love of cinema, but I'm sad to say when the credits came up, I went like this. What?
You didn't go, nope.
I went, nope. I know, I just didn't.
Yeah.
And it was, I said nope to the running time. It was a little long, 2 hours and 11 minutes.
Okay.
And the movie was fantastic for about an hour and 32 minutes. And then it lost me in the back half.
Does it just go nutter butter, as you would say?
It doesn't so much go nutter butters. It just kind of loses the momentum for me. It stops being scary. It stops being creepy. I'm starting to get annoyed that I'm not kind of, I'm figuring it out, but I'm not. And I get the bigger themes he's talking about in this movie. And again, I'm not going to ruin it for you. I get some of the themes he's playing with. So that didn't, I get them. I just was not as creeped out, entertained as I was with his other movies. And I'm bummed. Colin and I both said it last night. I really wanted to love this.
Yeah.
I wanted a capital L love it. I small L liked it.
And Colin didn't like it either.
Colin he still doesn't know how he feels about it. I'm not joking. He was like, I don't know how I feel about this.
People have really liked Keke Palmer in it. Did you like her in the movie?
Keke Palmer is better than the movie.
Okay.
Keke Palmer is the best thing about the movie. And Donna Mills. Nope is playing now. She's in it for like 30 seconds, but that's fine. Nope is playing right now. When we come back, this couch is eliciting a lot of comments from you when we open up the mailbag. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. I'm bummed. I wanted to love it.
I don't like her.
Yeah, it was the biggest one. Welcome back. It is Monday, and on Mondays, we open up the Jason Show mailbag. Hit it, Leo.
You've got mail.
So this is my chance for us to react to what you have to say about our show, the good, the bad, the indifferent. First up, the indifferent. I watched the show. Yeah. Anyway, the first email is from Kim. Hi, Kim. She says, Jason, I lost my mom in June, and we watched your show every morning together with our coffee. Now I watch your show alone with my coffee, and I keep looking over to see my mom laugh, but she's no longer there. I wanted to thank you for the 2+ years Mom and I had together watching you. Thanks for making me smile and for getting me through the rough mornings. Look, I hate when people say I know how you feel, but I get it, and it's because people go, oh, with TV, whatever. You know this, and I tell the audience sometimes in our Q&A, you know, Knots Landing, Dallas, people can roll their eyes when I reference them, but it is because those shows are connected to my grandma Mazak. I used to watch those shows with her, well, Dallas, really. And so when I think of that show, I think of her. I think of Friday.
More than the show.
And I think of more than the show. Sometimes. I do love the show, but it's really connected to a memory, so you don't have to explain yourself. I get it. I see you, and I love you, and I'm glad that we could be there for you. Kathy is next. Hi, Kathy. She says, y'all make me smile. I love the show. My dad is in his 80s and enjoys the show as well. No politics, just good, fun information. Yep, on purpose. That's what we do. Shelley. Hi, Shelley, has a warning for me. Great. After my recent monkey encounter in St. Kitts, she says, Jason, I know you love monkeys, but be careful. My son held the monkeys on St. Kitts like you did and ended up with ringworm.
Is that contagious?
Love the show. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. I love when people do that. And I'm not making fun. I just love, hi, Jason. Saw your monkey picture. Be careful. My son held that monkey and got ringworms. Yeah. Love ya. You know, like, love the show. Sorry you're going to get ringworm, but love ya. I'm good. I got tested. I don't know. For ringworm? I don't know.
No, you don't. You know when you have ringworm.
Okay. Anyway.
You know.
But thank you for your concern. William has a comment about our couches. He says, hey guys, I love the comment about your sofas looking flesh-colored. I hadn't noticed it before, but now I just can't ignore it. Your fresh vacation tan looks great and is a nice contrast to the sofas. I know, I'm not blending in anymore, I guess. I don't know. Look, I don't love these either. No. I email Mim. You know, I mean, we need a couple more bucks to get new couches.
Yeah, can we get a stylist? We'd love that.
Yeah.
It'd be so
No,
fun.
we are changing things around for the new season, which starts season 8. I think you'll like it. And let me just give a tease. It will forever end one of the biggest comments we receive. That's all I'm going to say. It will end it permanently. And if it doesn't, I'm going to quit and become a fisherman. Stephanie is next. She reacted to me talking about Spumoni ice cream last week because I mentioned how much I like an odd flavor of ice cream that no one ever talks about, and that's Spumoni. Stephanie asks, do you like it just because of its connection to Knots Landing?
Oh my gosh. Are you joking? Your favorite ice cream has something to do with the TV show?
You can go again.
I
missed you. Let me look at the clock. I missed you for 47 minutes.
And here I am.
No, that's okay. She knows me very well. There is a episode of Knots dealing with Spumoni. Go ahead and laugh there. But no, my grandma also likes Spumoni ice cream, so.
Sure.
She did. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're kind of right. Finally, plenty of reaction. Plenty to producer Ted's makeover on Friday's show. Oh Lord, have mercy. Okay, don't look at the TV if your eyes are sensitive. If you didn't see it, Ted attempted to become the world's sexiest man alive with the help of the women at Design Affair Salon Studio, where. Kendall, did you see these?
Ted DM'd me that one. But thank you.
Oh, anyway. Charlene says, those photos of Ted made me laugh until I cried. Heidi asks, can we get a Ted Sexiest Man calendar with those photos, please? Yes! Okay, if anyone in creative service is watching, get on that calendar right now. We'll make thousands of dollars.
Thousands.
Or maybe 100. Or maybe tens of dollars, yeah.
Well, maybe break even.
I would totally buy, wouldn't you buy a Ted calendar and we work with them?
Oh my God, no.
A little, yeah.
I love you, but no.
I would totally. What's February? Anyway, you can stay connected with our show on social media. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Our address is Jason Show TV, and our personal accounts as well, Jason Matheson. You can actually see that monkey photo before I got ringworm on my personal account. And on Kendall Mark, you can see her posing like only she can. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. Can you get tested for ringworm?
You'll know.
You'll know?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome back.
What?
Right before you come back, executive producer Jeff goes, have fun with the story. So audience, we got to have fun with the story. Okay, here we go. It's time for the world's shortest segment. Call it the return of Posh Spice. Victoria Beckham sings a Spice Girls classic while doing karaoke this weekend. Watch this. Oh, she's not singing, right? No. Her hubby, David Beckham, shared this video on Instagram. Fans are now asking Posh to reunite with the group and hit the road. She's not going to do it, y'all. Give it up. She skipped the 2019 Spice Girls reunion because of a prior business commitment. Sure, girl, please. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's time for the surprise goodbye. You know how this works. We don't know what's in this segment until we read it right now on the teleprompter. Here we go. Today, scary moments for people in a neighborhood in Alabama. People came face to face with a real-life Chucky doll. What?
No.
I don't see it. Oh my goodness! What?
No.
No! The scary doll was attempting to cross the street when these pictures were taken. It turns out it was just a 5-year-old boy wearing a Chucky costume. His mom says he was Chucky for Halloween and, quote, just likes to wear the costume all year round.
Stop.
Oh my I gotta tell you, I would be scared to death if I'm walking and I see
No one
freaking
would
Chucky.
believe you.
No one would ever believe you.
It's like you're being dramatic.
And I love how it's that picture, even though it's 2022, is slightly blurry. It looks like the Zapruder film.
Yeah.
Like they're finding Nessie or
Like
something.
Bigfoot.
It's like we can't put it back up, can we? Can we? Control room, can we put it back up?
Please.
Probably not.
Fine.
Yeah, it's good. But it is fun. It's 2020. Look at it. It's just like. And can you imagine the person trying taking the photo?
Like in their house, they want to leave.
Marge, grab the camera! Tomorrow on the show, producer Ted recaps the latest episode of The Bachelorettes. Plus, how well do you know your abbreviations? We're really doing that? I don't know. Go out there and be yourself. Nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. Have a good day, everybody. Abbreviations? Oh, like a game.